Mann, langsam können wir mal eine Heizung
All of
angehen.
his co-workers were gone.
Klar, das
What
kennen
could it
wir.
mean? Stanley
Hey,
decided
geh
to
durch
go
die
to the
Tür.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So, wir machen den dann nochmal aus. Dieses Mal ist es nicht hier. Wir machen auch den hier aus. Kein Bild. Das sind die einzigen Computer, wo ich benutzen kann, ne?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Da fehlt der Computer komplett. Da ist ein Dingsanspitzer. Alter. Ich bin gerade auch voll geflasht. Ich weiß nicht, wie ich das dann so schneiden werde. Auf jeden Fall von den letzten Geschehnissen.
When Stanley came to a set of two
Nein,
open doors,
das hier war definitiv
this was not
lustiger.
the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew
Na.
it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Kennen
The
wir.
lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nein.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible
Ja.
he wasn't fired years ago.
So, wir bleiben mal auf diesem Ding.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong
Wir können einfach
foot here.
runterspringen.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing
Ich
your
probiere alles
trust in
Mögliche
someone
aus, ne?
else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Was ist das jetzt für eine Taktik? Wir haben eine Freundin, wir sind vielleicht verheiratet.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Wer ist sie? Was für ein Lager? Ein dunkler Raum.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Kann ich das Kabel rausziehen?
As Stanley
Ich
picked up
kann's.
the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
Ja.
It wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double
Tja.
check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Tja.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please
Ach du
observe
Scheiße.
this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Practice. What?
Excellent.
The fuck?
Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Alles klar, was zum Teufel war das?
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Ich will hier was anderes machen. Mist. Wir müssen mal da lang. Das Spiel hat nicht damit gerechnet, dass ich das nicht tun will. So, wir sind wieder hier. Ah, man hat uns sogar einen Zaun gegeben. Ach, man kann das? Alles klar, ich weiß, dass wir gleich ausprobieren werden. Was zum... Alter, die haben wirklich alles eingezäunt. Nicht euer Ernst.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Nimm die Tür zu meiner Linken.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Fuck. Was soll ich tun? Ich habe nichts dazu gelernt.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Wir versuchen es nochmal. Passiert da noch was? Narrative Corruption. Alter. So, mal schauen, was jetzt passiert.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that you... My story. You've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone? Left here like so much garbage. It's worthless now. And what am I
Alter, wie der abgeht.
Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever. Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work?
Was zum Teufel?
What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
What the... Nein. Was passiert? Was passiert? Was passiert? Ist es aus? Was, ich höre noch ein Geräusch? Schaltet er das Spiel...
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are.
So fühle ich mich am Portal wieder
My
erinnert.
entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Naja, nein.
My story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Habe ich irgendwas gedrückt?
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task.
Ich habe nichts
Just
gedrückt.
follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
Oder?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Aber vielleicht muss ich jetzt einfach durch die linke gehen. Damit das Ganze hier weitergeht.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Ja.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked
Ach so, die haben
upstairs
ja immer
to
noch
his boss's
abgesperrt.
office.
Man muss ja in die Richtung gehen, weil nach unten geht ja nicht. So. Irgendwelche anderen Räume freigeschalten? Nein. Hey, 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 hey.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Was war's? Night Speaker 115. Nee, Night Shark 115.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115. Nachthai 115.
You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Wartet mal ganz kurz. Audio. Was ist denn mein Mikrofon? Strafe? Naja. Kann ich überhaupt hier das Mikrofon benutzen? Ich wüsste nicht mal, auf welcher Taste das ist. Bei mir.
Okay, fine. You're not gonna do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you
Ich
have
weiß
better
nicht mal
things to
wie.
do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over
Konnte
there.
ich ehrlich
Why did
gesagt
you come
nicht.
this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What the fuck? Es geht immer noch weiter?
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose.
What?
Do something. Anything. This
Ich weiß
is
gar
more
nicht.
important than
Ich
you
habe
ever
Mausklick
know.
gedrückt.
I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there?
Hallo, ich würde gerne was tun.
Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
What?